Good morning and welcome to DCTI's Course Selection Podcast. This is for the school year 2026-2027, so next September. And we are your hosts, Hayward,
Martin.
Now, let's get going. There's lots of important information that you want to hear and use so that you can select your courses appropriately for your grade 10 or grade 11 year. First, pay attention to the dates. Course selection is going to open on February 12th at 4 p.m. and it is going to close a week later, February 20th at 4 p.m. So you've got 1 week to make your course selection. Now, before we get started, this whole slideshow will be posted on the grade 9 and 10 Google Classroom, so make sure to review it after we have finished. Some more dates. On February 12th, we'll be having an assembly schedule. You'll be watching this video, and there will be a course selection fair during period 2. All classes will be coming down there. And then course selection will open at 4 p.m. In the week of February 17th to 20th, guidance counselors will be coming through to your homeroom classes to help you with the course selection. Look at the dates there for grade 9 and 10. Make sure to show up on time and get enough help that you have your course selection finished by February 20th when it closes at 4 p.m. Also, there is course selection support at lunch all week in B1. Now, when you're on My Blueprint, everything is set up so that it keeps track of the requirements you have for your OSSD, your Ontario Secondary School Diploma. But it is important that you also pay attention as you are selecting courses during your high school life. Your requirements for your OSSD are 30 total credits. 17 of those are compulsory credits you have to get, and 13 optional credits. You also need 40 hours of community involvement or volunteer. You need the literacy requirement, the OSSLT or OSSLC. In general, you will write the OSSLT in your grade 10 year. You also need 2 online learning credits. Note that you can opt out of that online learning requirement. For any additional details or questions, visit your guidance counselor or make an appointment with them. Now, how do you read those course codes? What does ENL1W1 even mean? So, let's start with the E. The first letter identifies the subject area. You can see the different letters that are used for us here at DCTI, right? E for English. Then we get to the number, the first number 1, ENL1, that is going to identify the grade of that course. So 1 for grade 9, 2 for grade 10, 3 for grade 11, and 4 for grade 12. The W identifies the pathway. Those are listed above, and I will talk about pathways in a little bit. Now, when you are choosing courses for grade 9 or grade 10, so when you are choosing courses for grade 10, you don't have to think too much about the pathways. Almost all of the courses are either academic or D-streamed, D or W pathways, or open. And that means you are able to take them as long as you have passed the previous year's course. Now, choosing courses for grade 11, there are going to be some different pathways that you have to pay attention to. C for college, E for workplace, M for mixed, O for open, U for university. So a C or college course is a course you're taking that might prepare you for taking that subject area in college after high school. All right? A mixed course is something that will take you both prepare you for university or college. Workplace preparation courses are things that are geared towards moving directly from high school into the workplace and provide you with practical workplace skills. Open courses just provide you with an opportunity to get into a subject and learn more about it. Now, what happens after high school? What might you get up to? There are so many different things that you could explore. Some of them are apprenticeships, which you can actually start while you're still in high school through the Ontario Youth Apprenticeship Program. For more details about apprenticeships, visit your guidance counselor. You could also go off to college. We have 5 community colleges in and around the GTA and many more across Ontario, and they offer certificate diploma, advanced diploma, and degree programs. All right. We also, students require grade 12 English at college or university level for that program, which means when choosing grade 11 English, you need to choose either grade 11 U or grade 11 C English. Community living, youth with a developmental disability live and or participate in an integrated community. University. So if you're thinking of going off to university, make sure that you choose 11U English because you need to be able to take grade 12 U English. All right, you will also need 5 additional university grade 12 grade 12 university or mixed credits. When you are choosing your grade 11 credits, make sure you choose, if for any of your grade 12 credits, you take the appropriate prerequisite. And the workplace. Most students will usually end up in the workplace eventually. All right. Now, if you are in grade 9 right now and choosing courses for grade 10 next September or September 2026, generally you are going to follow the table on your left right now. You have 5 compulsory credits: English, math, science, history, civics, and careers. And then you get to take 3 electives. You don't really have a choice about English, math, history, or careers, but notice you do have a choice about science. You can take grade 10 science or grade 11 environmental science. If you are thinking in going into science in either college or university, make sure to take grade 10 science as it's a prerequisite for any other grade 11 or 12 science. Here are some course highlights for your electives: launching and leading a business, digital technology and innovations, which is the beginning of computer science, guitar, visual or digital arts, and you should definitely check out all the possible grade 11 visual arts that you can take. So take a grade 10 to prepare for those. Carpentry and transportation technology, culinary arts, hairstyling and aesthetics, technological design, and of course, healthy active living or gym, and personal fitness. And now, I pass you over to my co-host, Miss Martin.
Hello, grade 10 students. So for those of you that are thinking about courses for grade 11, you're going to want to start with this chart again on your left-hand side. So for most of you, you're going to be thinking about that English credit. This is where it becomes really important to think about post-secondary. Where are you heading? If you're thinking about more of a workplace pathway, you're going to be looking for that 3E English credit. If you're thinking about college or university, you're going to want to make sure there's either a C or a U behind that English credit for English. When it comes to math, you have even more options. Aren't you lucky? You have the workplace math, MEL. You have the college level math. You have the mixed math, and you have the university math. Please make sure you're paying attention to that final letter, that final digit, as that will tell you the type of pathway your math class leads you to. And finally, for most of you, that's going to also mean 6 electives. Again, aren't you lucky? Lots of amazing options that we're going to take you through. So as long as you have that English and the math, lots of amazing options. These are some very popular course or electives that you can take in grade 11. These are not all of the electives we have available. We have some amazing courses. You're going to want to make sure you check out our course worksheet, as that has all the courses laid out. But some options could include computer science, that film photography or ceramics, raising healthy, active children, marketing, carpentry, electricity, yearbook, comtech, fitness, auto body, culinary arts, baking, auto service, so many amazing courses. One thing I do really want to point out is that final digit. If you see a 1 at the very end of your course code, that means it's a 1 credit course. That's 1 spot in your timetable. If you see an X, this is very common when it comes to tech courses. That X means it's a 2 credit course. So that takes up 2 spots. So please make sure you're making a note of that when you're choosing your courses. I did also want to really highlight our co-op program. We have an amazing co-op program that's both 2 credit, half a day, or 4 credit, which is a full day. The 4 credit is most commonly taken in grade 12. But this is an amazing opportunity for you to actually go into a workplace, to leave Danforth and actually try out possible careers and gain some really amazing hands-on experience and knowledge about possible occupations for the future. When it comes to course offerings, we are going to have our DCTI course selection worksheet widely available. We'll have handouts ready to go and guidance. We're also going to post this on the Danforth website, as well as on the grade 9-10 Google Classroom. You're going to want to not only look at that worksheet, but also double check your prerequisites. Prerequisites tell you the course that must be taken successfully before being able to go on to the next course. So please make sure you're double checking your prerequisites before picking courses. I also want to take an opportunity to highlight some new and amazing courses we're hoping to be running next year. But again, this is an important announcement. If students don't pick these courses, we don't run them. So if you are interested in any of the courses I'm about to explain to you, please make sure you pick them on your course selection. The more students that pick them, the more classes that we're going to offer. So some amazing options include ELS 201, which is a literacy skills reading and writing course. This is an amazing opportunity for students to really develop their literacy skills in grade 10. If you're someone that enjoys reading, enjoys writing, but really needs a bit of extra help, that is the course for you. If you struggled a little bit in grade 9 English, think about taking that course to better support you and prepare you for that literacy test that happens in grade 10. Another amazing course is our PAI 201, which is our small group game fitness course, phys ed course, with an emphasis on rackets. It's an all-gender course, so it's meant for any student in the building. It's a grade 10 course, and it's an opportunity to play small group games. So if you loved your games like cricket, and you loved things like bocce ball and anything like that, but you also really love your racket sports. So you love table tennis, you love badminton, tennis, anything like that, you're probably going to love this kind of course. Finally, I wanted to highlight our physics course. So this is a college level physics course. We only offer it every other year. So we rotate between college chemistry and college physics. This is your year to pick college physics. So for any of you in particular that are thinking about the trades and apprenticeship, you're going to want to take this amazing course. And this will get you that hands-on experience as well as a theoretical experience to really understand your trade. Retired courses. This is a sad moment. I'm going to take a moment of silence for these 2 courses that we are actually retiring. So they unfortunately are not going to be options for next year. The first one is sign language, our American Sign Language course. And the second one is our college chemistry. So again, that course is coming back, don't worry. But that course is being retired temporarily so that we can offer that college physics class. So maybe a quick moment of silence for those 2 courses. Moving along, alternative program options. So these aren't necessarily things that you're going to select when you do course selection, but they're things to keep in mind. Summer school and e-learning, these are typically online classes. If you're thinking about taking summer school, so let's say you're planning to take civics and careers in the summer, it is important to note you're not going to choose that course in your course selection. So you're only picking courses in course selection that you hope to take with us next year. E-learning, these are asynchronous courses offered for grade 11 and 12 students. They're offered both in July and August, as well as throughout the year. We also have an amazing dual credit and SWAC program. Dual credit are programs that are offered through our local colleges, and this gives students an opportunity to get a high school credit at the college level. So for any of you that are interested in both dual credit or SWAC, SWAC just means that you're transferring your high school essentially to a local college. You're going to want to see Miss Lawler in Student Success, and she can explain more about those courses to you. These courses are both available for grade 11 and 12 students. And finally, as Mr. Hayward already spoke about, our OYAP program. This is done through our co-op department. So if you're interested in starting your apprenticeship in high school, how cool is that? You're going to want to pick co-op, in particular 4-credit co-op, likely in grade 12, if you're interested in actually starting your OYAP in high school. Finally, I wanted to make a note at the bottom of your course selection sheet. There is information related to our LD and ASD program. So if you're in the LD or ASD program, you're going to want to make sure you're selecting the correct courses. So please take a look at the bottom of page 2 of your course selection worksheet for those courses. I also wanted to do a shout out to our Learning Strategies course. So this is for students with an IEP, and you can take up to 4 GLE credits in high school. This course is meant to support you both with skills, things like time management, organization, but also with an opportunity to get extra help in your courses. Please note you must have an IEP to take this course. We do also have a GLS option as well, which is the same curriculum, but it's meant for students without an IEP. So if you have any questions about that, please see your teacher so they can better support you with your course selection. Finally, I wanted to talk about the MAST program. So in grade 10 and 11, MAST students have very specific core classes they need to complete. So for our grade 9 students selecting for grade 10, you want to make sure you're choosing math, science, English, and then a biology credit. And you have a choice there. You can choose the university or the college. When it comes to grade 11, you have different maths. So you can do the university, the mixed, or the college math. You can choose either physics, the university, or the college. And then for chemistry, you can choose either the college or the university. Again, it's important to note we're not offering that college chemistry this year, but you'll have an opportunity to take it the following year if you choose to take that college chemistry. In terms of the MAST program, there's tons of amazing electives. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you're going to want to check out some of those elective courses because you need 5 elective MAST courses to get your MAST diploma. Finally, we have an amazing opportunity for those of you that really want to specialize in high school. We have 3 amazing SHISM programs: Health and Wellness, chaired by Ms. Chan, Hospitality and Tourism with Mr. Hayward, and Transportation with Ms. Nusiwala. Those are the guidance counselors attached to those programs. So if you're interested in getting your OSSD and focusing on a specific economic sector, this may be the right program for you. The program is going to be a combination of both courses as well as a co-op in that area. So if you need more information about that, you're going to want to see your guidance counselor, but there'll also be an opportunity in My Blueprint to indicate that you're interested in that program. It doesn't mean you're signed up for it. It just tells us that we're interested, and we will follow up with you in guidance to help sign you up. But just so you know, that SHISM program is only available to grade 11 and 12 students. So definitely let us know, grade 10s, if you're interested in it, and we'll connect with you about signing up officially. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about My Blueprint. This is where you're actually going to select your courses. So My Blueprint is a very straightforward, amazing piece of software that lets you pick and also plan courses for the future. So the first thing you're going to be doing is logging in. You're going to go to www.myblueprint.ca and you're going to click on School Account Login. You're going to make sure you connect to Toronto District School Board and you're going to log in with your school account. All this means is it's connected directly to your profile on the TDSB computers. So in other words, you don't need to add a password. There's no username included. You just need to click on School Account Login and it will automatically log you in. You're then going to click on high school and you're going to actually start to select your courses. You're going to click on the plus course sign under your high school tab, and that's where you're going to search for your course. You can either search for it by name, so you can start to type in English, or you can search by course code. So you can start to type in ENG2D and then add that course. It's important to note prerequisites. If you're missing a prerequisite, so you can see that on the right-hand side, you're going to see a little angry alert sign that pops up. If you happen to be taking that course, that prerequisite course in the summer, so for example, maybe you're taking grade 10 English, you're recovering it in the summer, please go ahead and pick that grade 11 English. You'll still be able to submit even if there's that little alert sign. What you're going to want to do is add in the comment box that's about to pop up, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in the next slide. You're going to make a note to your guidance counselor there, and you're going to tell us why you're submitting even with the alert sign. So you would write something like, taking English in the summer. That way we know why you've picked the next grade level in English. Okay? Once you've had an opportunity to plan all your courses, and I'm going to encourage you to really focus on the planning part. You're going to work with your teachers in your homeroom classes to put all your courses in there, but it doesn't mean you have to submit in that moment. You're going to want to be running by some of your options, perhaps with friends, chatting with different teachers during the course selection fair, chatting with parents or caregivers at home. Once you are ready, though, you're going to want to click on Review Course Selections and then finally Submit. Please note that once you submit, your course selections are final. It is possible, if there has been an error made, to have a guidance counselor reverse it, but we really are encouraging you to submit your courses once and to do it properly. So to really make sure you're putting all the thought and planning in there before we're clicking on your courses. Finally, you're going to need to know your parent or caregiver's email, because that final step after submitting is send an approval email. That email goes directly to your parent or caregiver, and they are the ones that actually are the final approval step for My Blueprint. So they need to be the ones that click on approve, they get an email in their inbox, and they're the final step so that we know that everyone's on the same page when it comes to your course selection. This is the final note. It's not a race. It's important that we're researching, we're asking questions, and we're making informed decisions. It's also really important to note that the courses you pick determine which courses we offer next year. So if you really would like a course to run, you are passionate about a carpentry course running next year, you're going to want to make sure you pick carpentry. If students pick the course, it will run. If not enough students pick it, unfortunately, it will be added to our list of retired courses. Please note there's lots of amazing resources available. Again, this PowerPoint will be posted on your grade 9-10 Google Classroom. It'll also be posted on the Danforth website. And then as always, you have the option of connecting with your guidance counselor for more direct support. Guidance counselors are also available every day next week from February 17th to the 20th in B1 at lunch. So if you just need that extra, set of hands to kind of make sure you're picking courses correctly, I would encourage you to go at lunch to B1 to connect with a guidance counselor around your course selection. So thank you again for tuning in. We wish you all the best. Signing off, Martin
and Hayward.